Shalom, welcome to 6 by 6. 6 minutes a day times 6 days a week. And you got a full idea from the Lubavitcher Rebbe. And we're concluding today. Today is number 6. And we were talking about, just to review for a second, divine providence. The idea of a tzal, a shade. Again, a shade, whatever you do, the shade is going to, your shadow is going to do exactly like what you were doing, and that's the same idea with the Almighty. The way you act is the way Hashem will react. Now, this is very important, but the Almighty ultimately made the world for the Jewish people, and that the world will serve, you say, as their Metzias, their existence is for that. There is a goal, there is a purpose to the world, and that is an important idea of philosophy in Torah and the mitzvahs, because ultimately we say that, I talked about before, you could chop down a tree if you need it. Of course, you don't abuse nature, but if you need it, and you need an animal, because tefillin is made of cow's hide, or a sheep, it doesn't hurt the sheep to get itself a haircut, but the wool is for the tzitzis, for the talis, and on and on. Oh, so many different mitzvahs, because there's so many different things that you need part of for the mitzvahs. A shofar is from a ram's horn. Well, on and on and on. There's so many different animals, so many different plants that are all part of mitzvahs, because ultimately the Almighty commanded the Jewish people to do Torah mitzvahs, but He also made the world. So the world is there. The purpose of the world is for the Jewish people doing the Torah and the mitzvahs. Now, back actually to the talk we were giving, the Jewish people went into Israel. They were commanded by the Almighty to conquer the land of Israel, because that is the Holy Land. It is the Promised Land, and it belongs to the Jewish people. Well, if there's people interfering with that creation of that part of that purpose, well, they just have to go. So the Jewish people were very lenient, and they actually did say to the Jewish people, to the non-Jewish people, you could leave. No one's going to hurt you. You want to leave, leave. No problem with that. But if you want to stay and fight, all right, so you're in for a fight. And the Jewish people, like I said, you have to wait till after the Chumash, the Bible, to see in the book of Joshua, and really even afterwards, the prophets, they had a lot of troubles with the Philistines. We said it with Samson and Delilah, but many other times David HaMelech, he had to fight many nations around the city-states around Israel in order to conquer the Israel for the Jewish people. So it was an ongoing process. But in any case, the bottom line is that there is divine providence. Hashem does care about the world, and it's our job, which is a beautiful part of the world, because this way it gives us a helping hand, a satisfaction, a contentment that we are making the world a better place, not just sitting and being passive about it and enjoying the nice world. So we're in a world, yes, I know there's problems in the world, and yes, we know that there's situations that are tough in the world, but on the other hand, that gives us the opportunity to make the world a better place, and once we make the world a better place, then we have that satisfaction of doing well. There's an interesting story in a Gemara, these two-liners are incredible, that a Roman person said to the Rabbi Akiva, you're interfering with God's creation. Poor people are poor people. It's like the caste system in India. Poor people are poor people, and why are you interfering with God's creation? And Rabbi Akiva answered, well, if somebody's son is out, or maybe he's being punished, wouldn't you want them to help him? He said, well, he's being punished. Why should I help him? But again, if you would want to help that person, and the father, of course, would be appreciative of that help. It's the same thing. The Hashem made poor people, but He wants us an opportunity to make it better. If everybody be the same, everybody had money, then there would be no mitzvah, no the commandment of giving charity. He gave us the opportunity to do charity and help that person out, and therefore we can say, hey, we made the world a better place, and that's something for all of us, making the world a better place. And don't be despised the bad spies that were afraid of the world around us. The Hashem created the world. He gave us the opportunity. He gave us the powers and the ability to overcome everything in the world that's in our way and a hindrance, and ultimately we'll see that the world is a good place with the coming of the Mashiach. Thank you very much.